They're there and they're always there. And God bless everyone.
The Four Leaf Clover podcast is sponsored by Planet Celtic.
Good evening.
Good evening, lads.
Evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Four Leaf Clover podcast. I, for one, I'm definitely delighted to be here this evening, that's for sure. Paddy, how has your week been, my good man?
Been all good, Scotty. Yeah, busy week as usual, but enjoyed the week, enjoyed the game last weekend, enjoyed the performance against Bayern Munich, and looking forward to HIBS away tomorrow. So, been all good with me.
Aye, Jerry, some performance against Bayern Munich. I watched the post-match show and the Wednesday show as well. He's done absolutely brilliant, lads. So thanks for stepping into the hot seat as ever, and he's done a fantastic job. The boys were brilliant out in Munich, Jerry, weren't they? And how's your week been, mate?
Aye, busy all week, Scott, but buzzing on Thursday. Yeah, with the boys. Aye, Celtic was brilliant that night. We were all talking about it, magic. Looking forward to tomorrow, Glasgow tomorrow for the football. Out in Glasgow tomorrow night, up the Big Smoke. Brilliant. So it'll be 4 seasons Sunday, it'll be couch, cura, curtains and a curry. So, well, I just like to say I actually watched, I get time in the day, I get home early the day, so I actually watched the pod back for the other night. I just like to say I apologise for my swearing. I didn't realise how bad I was the other night, actually. So if there's any young folks, kids watching, I apologise for that. I did quite swear quite a lot for some reason Wednesday night, Scott. So sorry about that.
Don't apologise, mate. Don't apologise.
I mean, you've been on here for the very first podcast, and I think overall your language, you shouldn't be apologising. I think your language has just been a fucking disgrace, mate. So
just in case
don't worry about language with Andy's on, mate, that's for sure. Andy, how has your week been, pal?
fucking fantastic, mate. Fantastic. Terrible. Probably one of the worst weeks I've had. I've hardly had any sleep. Lying about in the couch, like, I don't know, just like a big bag of dirty washing. And I've just managed to wake myself up to come on here to entertain all yous.
And that's what we are hopefully here to do for you this evening, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a stacked show for you. But we start off the podcast this evening with a little bit of bad news that came out of the club yesterday. Former goalkeeper, European Cup final goalkeeper from 1970, Evan Williams, sadly passed away. And there was a little statement that came out from the club and things like that. But we've got this to read out. He was the man of the match, actually, in that Cup final. So when Celtic took on Feyenoord in 1970, Williams won man of the match on a night when Celtic lost 2-0. But it could have been a lot worse if it was not for the man between the sticks pulling off a string of impressive saves. Williams was the first choice goalkeeper in 3 league title winning seasons through from 1970 to 1972, and had the unenviable task of taking over from Lisbon Lion hero Ronnie Simpson. He held on to the number 1 jersey after signing from Wolves, despite the attentions of John Fallon and Dennis Conaghan. Williams made 148 appearances for Celtic before leaving to join Kilmarnock, taking with him 4 league winners' medals and 2 Scottish Cup winners' medals. So, God rest Evan Williams, and every day at the Four Leaf Clover podcast, and I'm sure all the viewers as well, pass on our condolences to his friends and family. Yeah, bad news coming at the club, and we don't like starting the podcast after that. But, you know, legends, they're unfortunately leaving us, and we'll talk about them for as long as we can. So, moving on, ladies and gentlemen, we have a bit of...
What's happening?
What's happening, indeed. So, a few things have been happening around Celtic since the Champions League game on Tuesday. Yesterday, Paddy, Artur Boruc, it was his birthday, the holy goalie. And I can't believe it. He's only 45 years old. I'm starting to be older than all these legends that are coming through now as well, and it's breaking my heart. But
You're a legend, yourself,
years
mate.
old. 45 years old, Paddy. What was your memories of the holy goalie, mate?
What a guy! What an entertainer! People sometimes forget he was actually a cracking goalkeeper as well. Don't ever let that be in any doubt. He was a top class goalkeeper as well. Fantastic agility, good communicator, rock solid keeper, and he didn't like the ones on the other side of the city. Let's put it that way. We'll put it very diplomatically. Going in there at Ibrox when Legia Warsaw were playing there as a supporter, the man's just a legend. Walking down through Brigton, large as life. Come and get me. You know what I mean? Just the big guy was just a legend. So I suppose I have a couple of favourite memories of him. My two favourite memories are hard to separate, but the penalty save from Louis Saha against Manchester United at Celtic Park. I still maintain that I don't know that I've ever heard Celtic Park as loud when he saved that penalty. The noise was deafening. The place was shaking. Brilliant save, keep us in the game. And then the other one is if you've not got a chance to see it or you don't remember it, it's well worth going back, seeing his dance when we won the penalty shootout. I think was it Spartak Moscow? Was that who it was? Or his wee dance was just unbelievable. So big man was a legend in my eyes. Absolutely loved him. Great keeper, great gentleman, and a fantastic servant to the club.
Aye, he certainly was. I love hearing the wee stories about him just rolling out of taxis in the morning and that, and still putting in the performances. Jerry, he was some keeper. And I actually remember I'd done a tour of Celtic Park on the day he signed, and he was stood there, and I've never seen anybody in my life with horns as big as this guy, man. He was just a unit, an absolute unit, but some keeper as well, wasn't he, mate?
Oh, one of the best goalies I've seen, Celtic Park. Guy was just, I mean, we played football, the goalies are always nutters, by the way, but he was an absolute nutter, wasn't he? As Paddy says, walking down after a Celtic Rangers game, just walking right back into the team of the rest is, that's just madness, isn't it? In his time, I think even Gordon Strachan turned a blind eye when he was trying to batter McGeady, wasn't he? Strachan just couldn't control him. I think he got away with different stuff. The rest of the players got away with Scotty, didn't he?
Aye.
Strachan just I think he's a bit like Alex Ferguson with Cantona. I think Strachan done that with Big Boruc. I think he just let him do what he wanted. But he always let them do what they want because you know what? Because they produced on a Saturday. So did they. The guy was up, as Paddy says, take away the madness. He was what a goalie. His presence as well. It's not even a good goalie, but the presence, height, bulk. The guy had everything, so he did. What a goalie, mate. Brilliant goalie.
Certainly was. And we've just got a comment here, lads, from Brazilian Tam. Hail troops from Brazil. Tam, great to see you, mate. Spread the word around that Copacabana beach, my man. Get those beautiful ladies watching us from the beach bars out there in Brazil. Andy, I got asked my top 11 at Celtic quite a bit on several different podcasts and websites and stuff like that. And I've always had Artur Boruc as my number one in my time at Celtic for what I've seen. There's been two recent candidates with Joe Hart and Big Casper. So there might be a bit of debate up for that now. But what a goalkeeper, mate. Is he the best you've seen in your time as well?
I would say so. I think as a kid, Packy Bona was one of my heroes. I ended up being a goalkeeper, started out in the left midfield, ended up in goals, and it's nothing to do with me being shite at football. I actually turned out to be quite a good goalkeeper. So at that time, Packy Bona was the Celtic keeper, but as you get older, you can probably throw Forster into that as well when it comes to world-class saves that he's pulled off. But Boruc certainly was a character. I can mind, when would this have been? Maybe 2008 or something. I was doing a bit of security at a casino at a riverboat on the Clydeside, and he came in one night, and I went out to the balcony to have a fag, and and I looked there, so they did a wee staff bit, but then they had another bit for the punters as well. There was a wee partition separating, but you could just look here and see. And there's people around him, and he's like, just smoking away, smoking a fag. And I shouted with him, and I went, see if you want a bit of peace and quiet, have a fag, just come into this bit. Now, nobody will say it, and it says, if you don't want any, no, I'm fine, don't you worry about me, just lapping that up. And the guy, seeing the guy in person, like actually talking to him next to him, an absolutely huge guy, like massive. And he came in with another 4 guys, big Polish guys as well, and it's like, see if anything kicks off here, man. Nobody's getting out alive. I mean, it was a madman, but what a keeper. And just that game Paddy's talking about, I was right behind that goal that game, but in the top tier, when he saved that penalty. Just, you could go through many things, he's getting the flag at Ibrox and all that carry on, and he hated them, and he openly admitted that. He also had the T-shirt, didn't he? There was a T-shirt with Pope John Paul II on it, wasn't it? And I thought, it was just the best at winding the name up, and they bit every time. But he didn't care, he didn't care. But he was certainly just not only just a character, but what a keeper as well. Fantastic keeper.
The T-shirt you're talking about there, Andy.
Aye, yeah.
Aye, he certainly was. So we know you're watching, Artur, so happy birthday, big man. And leave Aidan McGeady alone. He's a bad wee lad. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, birthday today, and it's the big 4-0 for our Georgios Samaras, only 40. Maybe get a wee game on the bench to the end of the season if Brendan wants to bring him in. Again, Paddy, what is your memories of Gorgeous George?
Oh, again, quality player. I can remember hearing the day we signed him, and I couldn't believe it. He was with Man City at the time. I couldn't believe we got him because I'd seen a wee bit of him and that, but when he came to us, even the first game he played, you remember, I think it was away at Kilmarnock, Rugby Park, and he just headed off down the wing with the ball, and just nobody could catch him. Even his own teammates couldn't catch him. A bit of an enigma, wasn't he? He was either brilliant or terrible. I think big Samaras, you know what I mean? But he gave us some brilliant memories. Some of the goals he scored. Just and again, another one of these players that maybe didn't. He maybe didn't get Celtic when he first signed, but he certainly did after a wee while, and he just fell in love with the club and the fans, and and I know I never met him, but I know quite a few lads who met him, and they said he was a big gentleman, plenty of time for the supporters, and he started that whole thing with WJ from Lurgan, if you remember WJ. I picked him out of the crowd at Celtic Park, and WJ still a club ambassador now to this day, so but just a brilliant big player, and like that, as Paul says there, goals against Rangers at Ibrox, just his running power too. The big man was big powerful player. When he got the ball under control and got himself turned and heading in their direction, there was no stopping him. He must have been a nightmare to mark. Big physical player, great goal scorer. And you always carried a threat when Big Samaras was in the team. But it's hard to believe he's that age now, you know what I mean? But he was a brilliant player for us. I loved him. I can't speak any more highly of him. He was fantastic. Maybe we weren't always, the greatest team to watch at the time, but Big Sammy was the entertainment value in quite a few of those teams.
Yeah, he certainly was. And as James said there, it's that one, Jerry, that just sticks out for me, the one at Ibrox when McGregor, what's the goalie then, came flying out and Sammy just rounded him and stuck it in. I think it was wee Mark Crosas was the first to jump on him, if I remember right, when he scored the goal. It's just some great memories for the big Greek god, wasn't there?
Oh, he's a big cracking striker, I know what I mean. When he got that ball, he could move it, I know. He'd everything. So he could chip with that ball, so he could. That cracking big player. The Ibrox one, but you saying hang with Jay and that and all doing that. That's a touch of class, innit? Just hanging them out and just calling them that. Big man, I think Stratton loved him, I know. I think Stratton says he took a hell of a wage cut and everything, Scott, to come and never even. I think it was something I read somewhere, he just signed the contract. He just wanted to sign it, didn't even bother about what the wages was. I think he was just wanted to play for Celtic and stuff like that. But I cracking big player. The only thing is, I don't know if he moved because my cousin Jan threw that bra on the park, Scott, remember?
Aye, that's right. Aye.
It was my cousin that threw the bra on the park at Celtic Park, so I don't know if that kind of frightened the big man, to be fair.
I thought that was a parachutist that missed his target.
Well, you better watch Casey's watching. I'll be staying in the night, Scott. She'll batter me.
She'll batter the foreigners, mate. She'll batter the foreigners. Andy, sorry, that's just put me off there talking about bras. I've not seen a bra for months, so I'm trying to remember what they look like there. Andy, he was a bit hot and cold, wasn't he? You know, he could be world class one game and then just, you know, absolute dog shite the next day. That's what you got for him. I remember being in Germany about 10, 15 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, about 10 years ago, and I bumped into a Greek guy, and he was for his hometown, and he said that he had a cafe. He'd opened a cafe back in his hometown and that now, and he's just chilling out and not really doing much with life. So that's good to see that he's just relaxing and spending his money opening a wee cafe and things like that. But what was your thoughts on our Georgios?
Firstly, talking about bras, England's got a bra as your brother. So it's not necessarily something that holds up women's dangly bits. Big sat, just touching on
men's.
Men's. I'm not quite at that stage yet. I've not quite got the moves going on, but I think that might happen in the next couple of years. Just touching on Jay as well, I bumped into him and his Dan Martin outside Murphy's on Saturday. I said hello to him on the way. Right. I think he was in any pubs or anything. He was just walking by. I was standing outside with the guys I was with. Samaras, I think everybody's problem with Samaras was the consistency. Some days he was up for it, other days he just looked as if he couldn't be asked. But there's absolutely no doubt the guy's talent. I loved him. I thought he was a fantastic player for Celtic and very gifted as well, quick. And again, I think, you know, he scored in big games. He was a big game player. I think it was the consistency that let him down at Celtic. But again, we young Jay as well, what he done with him, you know, was just fabulous. And I think Sammy came back when just a few years ago, maybe something like that. And I think he met him again, didn't he? They met again. I think obviously what he done for that wee boy was just fantastic. But I think he'll be well regarded amongst the majority of Celtic fans. Just the consistency, I think, is probably the kind of down point to it, but a great player.
Aye, definitely, mate. Well said, lads. Well said. And another thing that's been happening this week as well, is well-deserved. Kasper Schmeichel, Paddy, has made the Champions League Team of the Week, and rightly so. He didn't deserve what happened in the 94th minute with that save that he pulled off, and nearly did Celtic, obviously. But it's just credit to the gentleman, 38 years old, still putting in their performances, mate. Totally deserves every accolade he's going to get this season. He's got to be up there for Player of the Year as well, with Maeda and Kuhn. What a revelation, what a signing he's been.
Fully deserved and fully merited, Scotty, especially this week. Some of the big saves he made, and if you even think back to the first game at Celtic Park against Bayern, a couple of saves, fair enough, the one from Harry Kane, great ball in. Kane didn't realise he was offside, and neither did Schmeichel. What a header, what a save. And again, the saves that he made in Germany, not that I'm not saying he kept us in the game, but he did. He made saves at big times for us against Bayern the other night that helped to keep us 0-0, and then helped to preserve the 1-0 lead until deep in stoppage time. But thoroughly well deserved. The big man's been an absolute revelation for us since he signed. We were all a bit worried when Joe Hart decided that he was going to retire, but listen, he has just slipped in there, and there's been absolutely no drop in standard. Probably even arguable, it might even be a rise in the standard. Yeah, I think he definitely has a better understanding, we'll put it that way, understanding relationship with the defenders in front of them maybe than Joe Hart did. He's so switched on, and when the ball's going back to him, he's already working out where he's going with it. And sometimes it's like defender's right or a forward is right on him, and you're thinking he's in trouble here, but he just stays so cool, so calm, nothing flusters him. And there's even been a time where there's been a couple of times where he has sort of been, he's given the ball to somebody maybe and they're under pressure and we've given the ball away and he's just made another save. You know what I mean? And it doesn't seem to faze him or annoy him or set him back in any way. You know, sometimes goalkeepers can be doing okay and then they can make a blunder and it just absolutely destroys their game and they go to pieces. But not Schmeichel. The guy's just, you know, he's just so cool, calm and collected. As we said about Nicholas Kuhn the other night, you know, Kuhn has ice in his veins when he gets into that position, and Schmeichel's the same. You know, the guy, nothing phases him, nothing flusters him. You know, he's just an absolutely top class goalkeeper, and this reward. And when you see the rest of the team, some of the guys in the team, when you see the clientele that he's in the team with, it shows you how high regard he's held. So absolutely thoroughly merited.
Aye, for sure. Drew's come away with a comment there. Jerry, let's not compare him with Hart. It's not fair. I'll be honest. I think he's an upgrade on Hart. I think Joe Hart was more of a shot stopper and things like that, and had to learn to play with his feet. But you see that Kasper, Jerry, is just an absolute natural at it, and he's brought a bigger calmness. I think he's a better shot stopper. I think he's just a better goalkeeper all round, a modern day goalkeeper. I think he's 100 times better than Joe Hart. What's your thoughts on him, mate? What a revelation he's been, eh? What a revelation.
Aye, brilliant goalie. Listen, nobody's hanging with Joe Hart. It's just natural to go back to the last goalkeeper and vice versa. You bring a striker in, you go back to who was the last striker. It's just natural for you to have opinions on the last person. By the way, Joe Hart was a better watch. Roy Swear there. Joe Hart was absolutely brilliant, by the way. Brilliant. And I like the way Celtic, I'd be happy for Celtic to do this every 2 or 3 years. Bring in, we all talk about Schmeichel, he's brilliant to feet, brilliant goalie, but see the other thing is, you watch him out that tunnel, he's still got that hunger, Scott, at 38 years of age. He's got absolute hunger to still win at 38 years, you know what I mean? He's not just here to say, I've got a couple of seasons up in Scotland, we bit of atmosphere, enjoy the crowd. That guy's still hunger for to win trophies. And listen, it's been great. And I say, I'm not talking about it the last pod there you missed, Scott, because of your accident and that, but we're trying to think, what age can he play? We're thinking 42 year easy, 42. We're talking about Andy. We're trying to think what age he could go to. Because class goalie. So he has. Class, mate.
He's been absolutely brilliant, Andy. Just what a signing. And, you know, I'm with Jerry. I think we were all a bit sceptical when we heard that he was coming in. We were wanting somebody younger and, you know, like the £10 million mark. That's what we were all crying for in pre-season. And then it was a bit underwhelming when Kasper was announced, really. But, geez, oh, man, he's been unbelievable. And the relationship is, I think it was Michelle that said it with his dad. It's brilliant to see that, you know, and he's just he's just cut off the same cloth. You can see it a mile away, and same characteristics, the way he spreads himself, just everything, mate. He's just what a signing he's been in. Brilliant to see him in that team of the week, fully deserved.
That is fully deserved. He's up there probably, if not the signing of the season, then one of them for sure. I think he's embraced the club, and you can tell that actually. You can tell that the way his dad is as well with Celtic. His dad has really embraced Celtic as well, because he obviously sees his son, who's had a very good career, but probably looking at his son and saying, you should have been at a bigger club and winning more things. You should have won more trophies. And he's maybe spent a lot of time at clubs where he's not quite done that. But you can certainly see, and people can look at him a certain way and say, well, get up to Scotland, any keeper. Yeah, he's just showed it. He's done it in the Champions League. I don't know how many times this season. Up against quality players, making quality saves, game-saving saves. And I think I don't know how long he's going to go in. I mean, Craig Gordon at Hearts, he's 42. So, I mean, he could get another 3 years out of him if possible. I'd like Sinner Solo would be happy with that, but at the end of the day, Celtic need to do what's best for them. I think possibly, I think we're certainly going to get hopefully another couple of years out of him anyway. I think we'd be good. The guy's just absolute class. And as you said, you're talking about his distribution with his feet and all that. It's very natural with that, and especially the way Brendan wants to play. I think he really fits into that slot really, really nicely. He's got a good relationship with the defenders in front of him as well. They've got a lot of faith on him. And let's not forget, you know, we had that performance in Munich, and the fact that players are quite happy to pass it across the back in a big game like that against a fantastic team, very comfortable at putting that across the defenders to each other. I think they know it's an insurance policy. They've got Casper there as well, that they can use him as a sweeper if need be under pressure. It doesn't seem flustered. He'll take the ball and he'll put it out to one of your players again. It's a very, very good player. Very good.
Yeah, I watched your post-match shows and Wednesday night show as well, and I think it was you that said it, Andy. I've never seen us so comfortable at the back. We just never looked under pressure whatsoever. You know, in the Alliance Arena, no under pressure. They looked so calm, and it's all down to him. You know, when you can look behind you and see that guy behind you, and you know that he's solid, that breeds confidence through the rest of the defence and so on and so forth. So. Billy, I just want to touch on a point here. Just a second, Jerry. Just a second, pal. Touch on a point here by Helen. 2 points actually. One was his face when that Champions League theme goes off. You can see what it means to him, and someone as well. I think it was just Andy that touched on there as well. Joe Hart and Kasper Schmeichel came to Celtic. They weren't Celtic men, but they're definitely going to leave Celtic men. You can see what it means to them, and you can see what it's done to them, and it's just great to see. I love that. See when players come and they're no Celtic men and they leave Celtic men. I just love that because they embrace it and it's great to see. Jerry, sorry, go for it, pal.
Sorry, Scott, I was just going to say on top of him. Does anyone know what height he is? Because he's not that big. Schmeichel. He looks very wee for a goalie.
I think his dad's about 6'4" or something, you know. So I think Casper was about 6'2" anyway.
Do you think he's as big as that, Andy?
Aye, I do. Aye.
Maybe somebody will find out for us and Google it, but I didn't think he was even 6 feet. Maybe he is, not just 6 in the name, but
he's 6'2". Smell the
I
thought because I think his dad's about 6'4", and he's obviously a bit shorter than him, but I thought maybe
6'2". I'm 6'2" with heels on. I'm breaking these ones in now.
What's it like putting scaffolding not wearing high heels, Jerry?
Don't be getting Andy any ideas. Andy's the one with the heels on. Don't let him kid you on.
I don't need any tips, mate. Believe me. I don't need any.
He's still there like wee Dorothy, isn't he? Wizard of Oz. His feet.
Don't make me stop getting the wings out, mate. You don't want that.
So there was press conferences on at Celtic part of the day. Brendan done his. I watched it. And the only thing that I really took from it was he was asked, you know, he's got 18 months left in his deal. He just basically said that it's not even come up for discussion yet. So I think that's something we'll leave for another pod. But from the players this time, it was actually Jeffrey Schlupp. So it was. And again, he was asked on his future as well. I didn't get a chance to speak about the Bayern Munich game, obviously, because I wasn't here. But, you know, I thought the guy was unbelievable. Not one foul. He had that boy in his back pocket. I know he's a former teammate and he knew the boy's game inside out and stuff. But even still, for him to come in with no game time and put that performance in Germany was nothing short of remarkable. Paddy, the guy is out of contract in the summer. Now, I know a lot of Celtic fans are going to say he's on 60 grand a week and we're never going to get him. The guy's not going to ask Celtic for 60 grand a week. It's, you know, it's just not going to happen. He's another one who's only been here a matter of a couple of weeks and has embraced everything that Celtic's all about. He loves it. You can tell he loves it already. Is he a guy? I know we've got KT coming in that's going to fill that berth for sure. But KT's not going to play 40, 50, 60 games a season. So we're going to need another solid left back in there. It looks like Taylor is away. Would you take a punt on Jeffrey Schlupp, mate, as coming in, not just as a left back, obviously, but as a utility player? You've seen what he done in that Champions League. You've seen the level he plays at, his attitude, his professionalism. Is he a player at 32-year-old you would take a chance on, mate, in the summer?
Without hesitation, Scotty. Absolutely. Thankfully, he was one I sort of, you know, I do watch quite a lot of English football as well, so I was very aware of him. You know, I know we got him late on in the window, and some people say it was maybe panic or whatever, but you know, sometimes you're working with a list of players that, you know, some are available, some are not, and you're just waiting to see. But You know, the biggest majority of his career, I've watched him playing in the midfield. He's a real big unit. What would you describe him as? Real defensive, tough tackling midfielder when he played for Crystal Palace. I know the year Leicester won the Champions or the Premiership, he was their left back at that time. But you can only look at what he's done for us since coming in, and the guy has just slotted in, you know, with very little fuss, very little fanfare, you know, and he's just gone about his job. And you can see that the guy's quality. You can absolutely see his quality. He's, you know, he's very, very easy on the eye, very calm on the ball. He's always looking to play a pass, you know, and as Jerry just said there, loads and loads of experience, you know, and at 32, 33 years of age, Scott, he knows himself. You know, he's not going to get that kind of money anymore. Nobody is at that age in the Premiership unless you're a striker knocking in 25 goals in the season, you know, so it's going to be difficult for him. So he will know that. He will know he's on the way down. He'll still be able to command good wages. He's not going to be a poor man playing for Celtic or anybody else. But as far as we're concerned, you know, you can only go by what you've got and what you haven't got. And Brendan's very quick to say that he'll always focus on the players that are here. And up to now, Greg Taylor's here, but it doesn't look as though he wants to be here. It doesn't look as though he wants to be here any longer, and that's absolutely fine. So, you know, we need to do what's best for Celtic, not what's best for Greg Taylor. We've made him a good offer. If he doesn't want to take it, that's up to him. But I would have absolutely no issues having Kieran Tierney and Jeffrey Schlupp as our tandem for left back next season. And again, you've always got that. We've been saying it ourselves, especially in Europe. You know, sometimes we lack a wee bit of dig in the middle of the field. You know, we're full of players who are all very similar, like Hatate and Engels, Bernardo, McGregor. You know, there's not really a tough tackler in there. This guy can fill that role if need be, because I've seen him doing it in the Premiership for Crystal Palace for a number of years. So he would be a very, very good signing, and that he's just not going to be a left back. This guy could operate probably in a number of positions. So no hesitation whatsoever. As a matter of fact, it should be up there. It should be up there along with Nicholas Kuhn, Dyson Maida, getting them on extended deals. Jeffrey Schlupp should be next.
Yeah, good call, mate. And Edward Diver here, Jerry, has said that Brendan Rodgers in the press conference today said he did actually try and get him in the summer. It's very odd that deal didn't happen, considering he's no had a look in whatsoever, you know. But 60 grand a week, he's never going to get that, obviously. So let's take that completely out of the equation. Is he a player, Jerry, that you would sign up in the summer? Yes or no?
Gone on 2 games. I don't like to jump in and say blah, blah, blah. Paddy's obviously watched the English Premiership. I don't really watch English football, I'll be honest, because I just watch I'd rather watch the Friday night championship, a big fucking packet a big packet of crisps and a bottle of red wine. I love the Friday night championship. I love games where folk just go for it. The English Premiership, to me, sometimes tactically just bores me to death.
Yeah.
But I know it's Paddy's the good looking, knows better about him than me. Going on a couple of games, he looks the part, he's solid. As you say, that one of the best things is he can play in different positions. But the thing is, I know, does anybody know, has he been playing with Crystal Palace there? Or is that him wee match playing like that?
He's been out for about a year. He's not really played for a year.
Well, if he's doing that after 2 games,
exactly.
If you get asked, I was going to say, if he's get match fit, he can only be even better and stronger. Listen, he's perfect for a squad player and filling positions. But he's obviously not going to get 60 grand a week at the end of the summer. I don't think at 33 years of age anyway. So is he going to come, gets a wee tasty, Scott, gets the atmosphere, as you say, gets to like the place, you get comfortable with your manager. It's all about getting comfortable as well. It's not all about money. It's about the environment and who you're comfortable with, and a changing rooms helping all. See when you're welcomed in changing rooms.
Yeah.
That's a big, massive thing for you. It doesn't matter what level or how experienced you are. See, you get into a changing room, you feel welcomed. You can get into a few changing rooms and you can just see people don't want to talk to you. So for me, listen, after 2 games, it looks at par. I don't like to try and jump in, and I like to see him over a wee period. But if that's no match fit, then it looks at part, the big man. He had a cracking game the other night. It was solid.
Yeah, massively, Andy. And that if he can hit that level after just a couple of games, as Jerry said, what's he going to be like when he's match fit? To put that performance in against Bayern Munich, the guy was out on his feet at the end of the game. You could see that. It looked like Taylor would have been coming on, obviously, at extra time if it happened. But just that, he just, as Paddy said as well, he'd be a perfect like Victor Wanyama type in that middle of the park as well. You know, he's tidy on the ball, he's solid. The guy's got everything. I think he'd be a fantastic signing for Celtic in the summer, mate. And we should do everything we can to get him in.
No, what do you mean? I think he's shite. I think a good point is the fact that he isn't really match fit when you think about it. You know, he hasn't, and I think he spent most of his career in the Premiership, certainly down south anyway. So even though he's not been on the Palace team this season, he's definitely good quality. I think being around in the team, he'll get sharper, definitely. But it's a brain that still works very well. You know, reading the game and picking up the right positions and knowing when to tackle and when to just usher somebody out and no jump in. And, you know, I think we've seen that. We've seen that during the week, that he's no rash in any way, but he's very clued up mentally at reading the game. So his game intelligence is very good. His fitness will get better. It's a no-brainer for me. There's absolutely no way he wants to get back down the road and warm a bench or not even get in a squad. And he's away playing in the Allianz against Bayern Munich. You know, that's, people might raise their eyebrows that he's went to Scotland, and it's like, well, he's got to win trophies. He's going to be on a winning team. He's going to be playing in front of 60,000 fans. He's going to be going to cup finals and lifting trophies, and, you know, a support that's going to praise him and lift him up there, playing in big games. And he's at the tail end of his career, obviously, but what a way to finish your career and what a club to rate it. Especially if you can perform, you'll be remembered forever. So I think, obviously, KT's coming back, but he can also play different positions as well. So he could cover elsewhere if need be. So he's very much a utility player. So it's a no-brainer for me. He's a very experienced kind of player, and he's a big unit as well. And we've been calling out for that. We've been calling out for more physicality in the side. So I would try and keep him if we could. Yeah.
Paddy, you want to say something there, pal?
I meant to say earlier, Scotty, and that's the thing about him. You know, what I've seen of him so far, I still maintained he's still trying to get to the fitness level. You know, get fully match fit. But you know, look at the magnitude of that game on Wednesday night. And who did Brendan go to? He didn't go to Greg Taylor. He went to Jeffrey Schlupp. You know what I mean? And he knows Greg Taylor well. He knows his game inside out, but he knows Jeffrey Schlupp inside out. And he put his trust in him the other night, and he knew he was going to be up against possibly Kingsley Coman on one side or Michael Olise on the other side. But he had absolutely no fears about putting him in there because he knows the guy, he knows his quality, he knows what he can produce. So Brendan knows him and knows him well. So it's just, for me, it should be a no-brainer.
Aye. Bang on.
Jerry Burns was asking Scott, he'll be a free in the summer, won't he?
Yeah, he's free, mate. He's out of contract.
Yeah, Jerry Burns was asking. I think he was. I was put that myself. He's a free. Aye.
A wee question there for Michelle as well, lads. Do we think if KT was playing on Tuesday night, the result would have been any different? Difficult one, Michelle, because I think Schlupp marked that boy at the game. I think KT would have been a bit more forward thinking. So, I don't think Schlupp put a foot wrong. So, I don't think that the result would have been any different, to be honest with you. I think Schlupp done a fantastic number on the guy. So, I think
the question would be asked now, is Greg Taylor going to get back in the team?
I hope no, mate. I hope no. If he's going, I hope no. That's the way I see it. If you don't want to play for Celtic, catch you. See you later.
I'm the same, mate. I'm the same. Right. And nobody can question Taylor's commitment when he's on the pitch. Obviously, he's not committed to the club, but when he does go on the park, he gives his all. Nobody can deny that. He's obviously we don't think he's good enough. And Brendan doesn't think he's good enough either. Otherwise, he wouldn't be bringing him in. They're obviously planning and keeping a hold of him as a kind of backup, and he's not happy with that. But I'd rather play players that are committed to being here, and that's where I stand.
Well, look at how he played against that boy in the first leg. The boy rinsed him, completely rinsed him, mate. And then he brings in Schlupp, who just has him in his back pocket, and he's he's in back garden. So there's your answer. There's your answer for me, mate.
It's a hard one, isn't it? I think it's just time for the wee man even to maybe look at himself and move on as well, I think, because he is stumbling on his contract. Maybe better off for his own self and all, just to go and experience in our country, you know what I mean? For himself or whatever, because I think, you say Celtic, like the KT and that boy never getting signed up. We're going to be strong in there now. So
yeah, go and change your life, get you a good contract, and we wish you all the best. You've been fantastic for Celtic and injury free, all the rest of it. You've got your deficiencies, I would say, defensively. But listen, fair play to you. You've been brilliant for us. You're SPFL standard, in my opinion. I don't think you're European standard, and we wish you all the best. That's just my opinion. But moving on, lads. There was the draw for the last 16 of the Champions League today as well. And a bit of a sickener when you see Bayern Munich's route that they could have to the semi-finals. Just looking at it, lads, I'd actually have a wee study because it's going to come into play later as well for a little segment I've got for you. But just looking at that, Paddy, I sort of had a look at it earlier on, pal, and I see an El Clasico final. Looking at that, do you see anything different yourself, mate? Who are you thinking's going to take the trophy home? Madrid again?
It's hard to see past them, when you watch them, even against City over the two legs, and Man City haven't been great this season, but they just blew that City team away. They have so much quality, but do you know what? The one team I think they need to look out for is Liverpool. I think Liverpool are they're on fire this season. I know they dropped a couple of points against Villa, but Villa away is a tough venue for anybody in the Premiership these days. But that Liverpool team have been going well all season long, and I just wouldn't discount Liverpool. But when you see the way the draw has shaping up with a new format, and there's you can see the pathway now. There's absolutely no doubt about it. You can see it's heading maybe towards a Clasico final, but there are still some other good teams in there as well. Bayern Munich are still in there. Leverkusen are still in there. Feyenoord, look what they've done. There's been some big scalps taken already. There's Club Brugge as well. Everybody said that we should have beaten Club Brugge, and we dropped points to them. They're there in the next stage as well, showing that they're a more than decent side as well. So listen, it's going to be very difficult for anybody to compete with Real Madrid. It's going to be very difficult. The only advantage for anybody getting them is when they get to the stage of the final, it's going to be a one-off game. So a one-off game you can maybe get something in one-off. It's going to be very tough to beat Real Madrid over two legs, no matter who they play. Well, there's quite a few teams in there. I wouldn't discount quite a lot of them there. There's a lot of teams in there. As I say, we looked at Bayern Munich the other night. Maybe not the greatest Bayern team, but they're there. They're always there. Dortmund are there as well. PSG. There's some good teams in there. But for me, it's going to be very difficult to see past Real Madrid.
Yeah, certainly was. Mbappe's hat-trick, Jerry, unbelievable. I mean, I was working. I didn't get to see it, but I watched the highlights and I was just blown away. The boy is incredible. What a team they've got, and they're going to take some stopping again, mate, aren't they?
Aye. See, they just come to European Cup, Scott, with Real Madrid. They're something else, aren't they? I mean, many times that they've won it now. I mean, they're unbelievable, isn't it? Teams are trying to win it once, and this team just turns up every year. I don't know what it is with Real Madrid. Just even when you're a young boy, they just seem to. I don't know if it was maybe the rich boys come into your class with the Real Madrid shirts on, for the summer holidays. And I'm walking about with the Butlins kissed me quick hat, no. And they're all coming with the suntans, coming back to Spain, with the white Real Madrid strips in first year at school. See, for that day on, who is this team, primary now? To me, just when it comes to European football, they're as Paddy says in all Liverpool.
Yeah.
Don't underestimate. Liverpool could be about there, but Real Madrid, there's just something about them. They come alive in European football. So they do.
Aye, certainly do. And Andy, it'd be lovely to see Club Brugge do a Leicester City, wouldn't it, mate? And just go and fucking destroy everybody, man, and take that big cup. That'd be absolutely brilliant to see. What a result against Atalanta, and as Paddy said, we were just expected to beat them, but they've been brilliant, and it would be good to see them get on. But barring Club Brugge, obviously, is it Madrid that you fancy as well, mate, or Barcelona? Who are you thinking for the big cup this year?
My opinion, Liverpool. Liverpool's going to win it. They've been flying. He's got them playing some fantastic football. It's quite interesting, though, that they're going on about this new setup with the Champions League, and it's a lot of the big boys are missing out. You look at that. Who's left there? It's mostly all the big teams that are normally there. So I don't think the new structure has affected the big guys getting to the end stages. Obviously, we get the ones that aren't usually there, like Bruges and Aston Villa and stuff like that. But I was very impressed with Bruges at Celtic Park. One of the best teams I've seen play. Very, very efficient and play some really nice stuff. So you want teams like that to get through. Teams that are, play good football, nice to watch, and good luck to them. And maybe that'll be us next season. Maybe we'll be that team that will kind of get out of that line and start to show our quality in the kind of latter stages. You never know, because I think that result during the week has really galvanised us into knowing that we can compete with the big guys, especially away from home. When have you ever kind of seen Celtic play like that away from home? Usually we're 1-0 down within 5 minutes and we're getting scalped, and we just look out the game before it even gets going. That's going to be an encouragement for next season, that we can do it. Just have a bit of belief, be structured, be disciplined, be mature about the job that you have to do, and work as a unit. Just work as a unit, and you'll get there. And I'm convinced next season we'll go one further, and that's what it's all about. Stepping each year, it should be a next step up, no one step up and then 2 steps back. That always need to improve year upon year. And my personal opinion, I would get Brendan signed up. That would be my priority. Look to the future. Let him build. Let him work with the players. Let him teach them. Let him play to his system. Let him bring in who he wants to bring in. It's the only way we're going to improve. We know we're a selling club and we're going to maybe only keep players for about 3 years. But give Brendan the reins. Let him do his work, and I think we'll get there. Because his ambitions pulls him away from Celtic when he doesn't really want to go away from Celtic. He wants to do all his ambitions at Celtic. He wants to reach his goals at Celtic. So back him. I don't think we'll regret it if we don't. Yeah. So I think he would be my priority. We would be getting Brendan set up, get him signed up with an extended deal, and let him do his work, let him do his planning, and we'll see the fruits of that labour. We'll see the board have made the right decision and try to keep him. Do their best to keep him. We're going about players saying, "Oh, we do our best to keep Maeda and Engels," and rather than punt them on, you do want to keep them, even though we know everybody goes at some point. We need to put as much effort into keeping our manager as well. Changing managers every 2 or 3 years isn't really any good for keeping a structure within a team. So that would be my priority, is try and get the manager cemented in place.
Yeah, and a good point there from Street Shatter. Keep Rodgers, keep spending good money, and we'll make the quarter final in the next year or two. Completely agree with you, mate. And I completely agree with Andy as well. So well said, mate. Well said. Just a wee point here for Martin Anderson. As long as we take the treble and Fenerbahce, pump that mob, hail, hail, I say, lads. So you've just led me on to my final point of the What's Happening segment this evening. The Europa League last 16 draw was made today as well on the road to Bilbao over here. And just looking at that as well, lads, just to show that we're not a biased podcast in any way, shape or form. They've had a terrible season. Their manager's been getting a lot of stick. And it's been pretty tough for them this season. And everybody at the Four Leaf Clover podcast would just like to wish Big Ange and Tottenham all the best in the last 16 of the Europa League. Moving on. So, lads, I was going to do boys from the past this evening. I was going to do Victor Wanyama, but we're kind of ran out a bit of time tonight. So I will save that for another podcast. So we're going to move on then, ladies and gentlemen, to Jerry, who has his quiz for us as ever. If you know your history, so Jerry will give us his quiz when he's back. He's on his way back.
Jerry, you tease it.
You're not getting away if you did that quiz. Aye, what are you thinking, lads? Just quickly then, while we're waiting for Jerry, last 16. Have you had a look at that? Who do you fancy for the Europa League? Anybody?
I think it's a lot wide. It's a lot more wide open maybe than the Champions League, Scotty. I think it is I think, and when you see the way the draw is shaping up there, that Fenerbahce away is going to be tough for Rangers. That's a tough place to go.
Yeah.
When the winners of that are going to look on, they're going to be playing Atletico Bilbao or Roma. That's a tough route. Then the other side of it, you can see there, Olympic Lyon, Real Sociedad, Man United. So you could be potentially looking at that. And if you go to the far side of the draw, Ajax against Eintracht Frankfurt, Alkmaar against Spurs. Like Big Angel fancy himself. He'll fancy the chances of getting through that against Alkmaar. Possibly looking at a game against Ajax or Frankfurt in the next round. The draw seems to favour Spurs, that when you look at it. But there's some decent teams there, and there's a few there that have come over the last few years there. But I think it does look a lot more open. Athletic Club Bilbao will be looking to, obviously they'll like to get to the final and play in their own stadium. But that's going to be tough for them against Roma. But some good teams left in that as well. That's for me it looks a lot more open. But you know what? I'm going to stick my neck out right now, and I'm going to go for Big Ange to win it. I'll go for Spurs to lift it.
Well, you could be right, mate. He's getting his lads back for injury and that now, so you never know. It could be a good time for them. Jerry, just quickly, mate, let's have a quick prediction on it since we've got to leave the Big Victor one till next week probably now. For me, I'm looking at the winner of the Roma Atletico Bilbao game. For me, I think will be the winner there. I think it'll be the winner of those two will go on to win the actual tournament. What are you thinking yourself, pal?
Well, I'm obviously thinking teams like Roma and blah, 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 but Tottenham, but going in my heart, I'm wanting Atletico Balboa. One of the reasons I want to go and watch them because they sung Walk On when Big Billy McNeil passed away.
Yeah.
So for me, we should not get behind Balboa.
Yeah.
For me anyway. And I'll be there in September. I'm going to go and see the stadium in September. Atletico Balboa. So I'm going for them.
I was there a couple of summers ago, Jerry. You can actually go in to the San Mamés Stadium and have a beer inside the stadium. And it's phenomenal, mate. I'm
looking forward to it, mate.
I was there for about a week, I think it was, mate. And 2 of the days I was there, it was grey as anything. And the stadium's completely grey. So try to get a photo with a grey stadium and a grey sky. It was just it looked like a bag of shite, but the stadium's
brilliant, mate. I'm looking forward to it. I watched a drama on Netflix last year about Balboa. I said to the wife, I want to go to Balboa. So I'm looking forward to it, mate. And that's how I'm going for them because of Big Billy McNeil. So hopefully they do it. Because they're just looking like good. They look like good club, and I heard they're quite offer youth level, like an area, regional area. Balboa, other players.
Yeah,
they bring them all own shots. So it looks a good club. So it does. So that's my team. I'm going to put money on that now, actually.
Good man. Good man. Andy, is it something that you're interested in, mate? Have you had a wee look at it? Who do you fancy for the Europa League, pal?
I've not really took much an interest, but I would go along with Jerry, a fantastic club, Athletic Bilbao. I also kind of get a wee kind of thing for Bodo Glimt, I know. I'd like to see them progress and maybe get to a final. That was a team I was very impressed with when we played them. I thought they played they done a Celtic on Celtic They were Celtic on steroids. We played under manager. I thought they were very, very impressive, exciting to watch. Big physical team and all. In fact, did one of their players no go to Roma, the big centre forward, or was he an attack midfielder? Can't mind his name. He's a great player. He had a cracking left back as well. Because I was like, Celtic should go and sign him, and he'd literally just signed for Bodo Glimt. It was a fantastic left back, Bodo Glimt. So that would be my outside wee kind of. If I was a betting man, I would put a bit of money on them. But I'd like Bilbao to win it. Fantastic club.
Yeah. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's the lads had their wee predictions in early, and I think we're looking at the manager when Big Ange was getting touted, wasn't he, as well? So apparently he was a bit ahead of his time, and we didn't get the boy, but that's fair enough. So Jerry, I'm going to hand over the reins to you, my good man, for your quiz. So I just asked the rest of the panel to take their comments off. We can't put any up, obviously, as Jerry reads out the questions. So we're not cheating. There's nothing like that happening as well. So over to you, Jerry. Go for it.
Just do it down the party. 2 seconds, lads. So number 1, lads. Ready? He's already. I have the all ready.
Yep. 10 questions, is it?
10, mate. Aye. Normal 10, Andy.
Go for it,
lads. In 2003, Bayern got lucky again in Germany when they got a late goal in the 86th minute when McKay scored for Bayern to win 2-1 against us. But who gets Celtic's goal that night? Remember 2003. So it's A. Larson, B. Sutton, or C. Thompson. McKay scored in the 86th minute. I think it was Big Varga, remember? Big Varga, no, then the keeper, Edmund. I think Edmund.
Aye, is that the ball? The ball went right through his gloves. Aye.
See, that's to get lucky again. You know what I mean? After that's the top of the other night. Again, you know what I mean? So it's A. Larson, B. Sutton, or C. Thompson. And over to you, Scott, with your answer when you're ready.
I've went for Big Tomo, mate.
Paddy.
Yeah, Thompson for me too.
Andy.
Aye, I'm the same, Thompson.
Well done, lads. Thompson was the answer. Well done. Well done. Number 2, when Tom Boyd signed for Celtic, who was the player that was used in part of the exchange? Was it A. Tony Cascarino, B. Paul Elliott, or C. Martin Hayes?
Fucking one of the worst players I've ever seen at Celtic in my life.
The Big Elliott was all right, you. Actually, on some of these questions, no, I think I should be able to. I do think I should begin with the old Bradley Walsh tactics. It should just be a straight answer now. No, think so. I think we should try that. I think we'll need to try that. I think we'll need to try that the next quiz. I think we're getting a wee bit kind of easy now. I'm running out of 1930 books now. So, Tony Cascarino, A, Paul Elliott, and Martin Hayes. Paddy, what you going with, pal?
Cascarino for me, Joe.
Andy.
I went for Paul Elliott.
I knew I'd get you. I knew I'd get you with Paul Elliott because he played with Chelsea. Scotty.
Cascarino, mate.
Cascarino. Well done, lads. Well done, Andy. Number 3, lads. How many teams did John Collins play for? Ooh. A, 4, B, 5, or C, 6? How many teams did John Collins play for? A4, B5, or C6?
Can't think of another one.
You'll go with you, Andy, next, Paddy, which whenever you're ready, Andy.
I'm just writing the teams down.
No bother me, I haven't have me. Friday night, me, I've got nowhere to go anyway.
Right, I've went for 5.
5.
And yeah, I've
5.
went for Celtic, Hibs, Monaco, Fulham, Everton.
Yes, and Paddy.
I went 5, Jerry.
5. Scott.
Yeah, 5 as well, mate. I totally forgot about Fulham, and then I just remembered at the end. 5.
I actually thought Fulham was only one it would maybe pull you out. No, maybe forget about that. So I did, mate. That's what I went for. So well done, lads. Well done, everybody. Number 4, lads. Who was in the Celtic manager's seat for the shortest period? A. Ronnie Delia, B. Liam Brady, or C. Lou Macari? So who was the manager the shortest time?
Well, it's got to be, man. Surely to fuck.
A. Ronnie Delia, B. Liam Brady, and C. Lou Macari.
Got to be, man. Got to be. That's wee fucking. It's got to be. Got to be.
Back to you, Scott, again.
It's got to be Macari, mate. Surely to fuck.
Andy.
I was going to say Frank Connor. You started naming the names. I went for
Liam Brady.
Oh, no.
Paddy.
I went for Lou Macari.
The answer was, lads, Lou Macari.
I had to be, man.
So for a bonus point, lads, I always like to throw wee bonus point money questions. Liam Brady, what was the difference with him being a manager from the previous managers? That's all I'm saying. What was the difference between him being a manager to the previous managers up to Liam Brady being manager? What was the difference between him and the rest of them? So before, no after him, before him. If you write it down what you think.
All right.
Write it down what you think. What was so different for Liam Brady being manager to the other managers previous? For a bonus point.
Oh.
So it's just a wee bonus point I like to fling in now and again. So he was something different for the rest of the other managers that appointed before him. If you can get that, you get a bonus.
Yeah, I got a bonus as well, even though I get the other one right.
You still got a bonus point, Andy. You got a bonus point, pal, if you know what was the difference between Liam Brady and obviously Neil, Hay, all the rest of our boys all the way done. Go with you, Scott. What are you thinking?
The only thing I can think of, mate, is he didn't play for us.
Andy.
That is it. He never played for us.
Paddy.
I'm going to say there was no connection with Celtic at all.
Yeah, it's basically that. He had never. He was only manager, first manager. Hadn't played with Celtic or anything at all. So basically, he's got that a wee bonus point each year, lads. So he did. Well done. Well done. You get 5 and a bonus. You got a bonus and all, Scott, didn't you?
Yeah.
Number 6, lads. Only 2 Celtic players have scored 35 league goals in the Scottish Premier League in a season. One was Henrik Larsson. Who was the other? A. Brian McClare, B. Charlie Nicholas, or C. Frank McGarvey.
This question 5 or 6?
5.
Oh, sorry, I jumped a question there because of the page. I'll go back to that one. That's fine. Sorry.
Right, what was the question again? Because I get stumped.
Only 2 Celtic players have scored 35 league goals in the Premier League in a season.
Mm-hmm.
One was Henrik Larsson. Who was the other? A. Brian McClare, B. Charlie Nicholas, or C. Frank McGarvey. And his league goals. It's no all the goals.
Yeah.
And we'll go with you, Paddy, on that.
I'm going to go for Charlie Nicholas.
Charlie Nicholas, mate. Andy.
It was between Nicholas and McClare. I went McClare.
Scotty boy.
I thought McClare straight away, mate, so I went for McClare.
The answer, lads, was Brian McClare, 35 league goals, scored 41 goals. Nicholas got 29, but he scored 48 goals in a season. McGarvey was 29, so well done.
Yep.
So Scotty will jump to number 5, but this is kind of okay. That's a cracker or not. Which French club did Mick McCarthy play for after leaving Celtic in 1989-90?
Yep.
A. Rennes, B. Lyon, or C. Montpellier? A. Rennes, B. Lyon, or C. Montpellier? I'm a French here. Montpellier.
Montpellier.
I'm lucky to pronounce Celtic.
I thought you liked it wine.
I'm alright. I can't even. I was trying to sneak away to get another bottle, but he's shouting me. I was going to kid on, I was checking the soup. Okay, lads, what's your answer, Scotty?
Went for Leon, pal.
Andy?
Hold on.
Paddy?
Leon for me there, Jay.
Well done, lads. Brilliant. Well done. On to number 7 now, lads. Danny McGrain and Tommy Burns were farmed out to which junior team? A. St Roch's, B. Maryhill, or C. Petershill? Danny McGrain and Tommy Burns were farmed out to which junior team? A. St Roch's, B. Maryhill, or C. Petershill?
Gonna be a guess. Fuck knows, man. Guess.
And we'll start with Andy. What's your answer, Andy?
Maryhill.
Paddy?
Maryhill for me too, Jay.
Scotty?
Yeah. Maryhill, I've went for. It's just a complete guess, by the way, so I didn't know that.
Aye, lads, well done. Maryhill. Maryhill all day long, man. So it was well done. Maryhill.
I remember reading that in Danny McGrain's book.
Aye, that's where you always to go. That's like the good old days. You go to get junior and know how to straighten their up and set their boot, you know what I mean?
Dalglish went into juniors as well, didn't he?
Aye, Dalglish was Cumbernauld.
Aye.
Dalglish was Cumbernauld, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine doing that.
McAvenny was Johnston Borough for a couple of games, then straight to St Mirren, Scott, after one game.
Mad, isn't it?
So, on to number 8, lads. Which Canadian club did Barry Robson play for in 2012?
Fuck's sake.
CF Montreal, Toronto FC, or Vancouver Whitecaps? Which Canadian club did Barry Robson play for in 2012? SF Montreal, Toronto FC, or Vancouver Whitecaps? That was straight after Middlesbrough.
I might be wrong, but one came right into my head before you even mentioned them, and one of them was mentioned on the thing. So, but I might be wrong, but I don't know why. It's just
When you do that, you usually get it right, Andy. No, usually that's what happens, isn't it? So we'll go with you, Paddy.
Vancouver Whitecaps, Jerry.
Andy.
Aye, I went with Whitecaps.
And Scotty.
No clue, just a guess. Toronto FC.
The answer, lads, was Vancouver Whitecaps. So it was. Well done.
No clue.
Number 9, in 2001, the Scottish League Cup final. I think it was Martin Hill's first trophy. For Celtic, Henry got a hat-trick to win 3-0. Who gets sent off in the 60th minute? Was it A, Chris Sutton, B, Alan Thompson, or C, Valharan?
In the cup final.
2001 is probably about the Metro days, so you need to get your mind working, Scott.
No, that was against Rangers.
No, against Kilmarnock.
Kilmarnock.
League Cup. They beat Kelly 3-0. Larson got a hat-trick.
I think I know who it is. I think I can remember this guy talking about this. And if I'm wrong, I've just totally made that up.
If you know me beat Kelly, Henry got a hat trick. He got that many goals, you just didn't know where he scored against us. So we'll start with you, Scotty boy. Who are you thinking, pal?
I've went for something, mate, but again, it's just a guess. I don't know.
Paddy
Chris Sutton for me too, Jerry.
and Andy.
I went for Alan Thompson.
The answer was Chris Sutton, lads. Big Sutton you sent off the 60th minute, so he did. Well done.
I just made that other story up.
That's the number 10 and final question, lads. When Celtic got Oliver Burke on loan, who was the club he came from? Was it A, Notts Forest, B, West Brom, or C, RB Leipzig? When Celtic got Oliver Burke on loan, who was the club he came from? Was it A, Notts Forest, B, West Brom, or C, RB Leipzig?
Fuck's sake, man. Did they not play for the three of them?
You know me, Al. Obviously.
Fuck's sake, man.
Then we'll go with you, Paddy boy.
I'm going to go for RB Leipzig.
Oh,
Andy.
I have went for Leipzig.
no.
I knew I'd get you. Scott.
I went for West Brom.
Pads, the answer is West Brom. He started at Notts Forest, lads, right, and played 25 games and scored 5 goals and went to Leipzig for 13 million. And he was there for 1 season and West Brom took him back to England for 15 million.
I didn't know that.
Unbelievable. And he's at Werder Bremen there. Do you know what he is now? Birmingham City, and he's been injured. He's at Birmingham City. Unbelievable. So, story 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Andy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Paddy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Tiebreaker.
Right.
I think
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Definite.
Oh, I get the bonus point. That's right.
Aye.
I only get one wrong.
Aye, but must have been a heap. Paddy, you get 2 with a bonus. Did you get the bonus?
Aye, I get 10 out of 11.
I don't need to remember. I need to check that now. You sure?
Seriously, mate, I only get Toronto FC rank. That's the only one I get rank. I get every other one and the bonus point.
I get 2 wrong. I get Charlie Nicholas
you
wrong.
get
I get
2,
Leipzig
Paddy.
wrong.
Did you only get 1, Scott, did you?
Seriously, mate, aye, just the Toronto
Yeah.
FC.
Yeah.
Oh, well done then.
Well done,
Well,
Scotty.
Scotty won then.
You nicked that at the last there.
I thought I nicked it at the last there. Thank you so much, Jerry. That was
Well done,
absolutely
lads.
Brilliant, Jerry. Thank you, Jerry.
Well done.
Brilliant.
Well done, boys.
Yes. Thank you very much.
There you go. He's you winning me 1 and all. Well done.
Try to take me out there, smell the glove. You see that there?
Nothing Friday.
Need the VAR on this bloody podcast, so we do.
That was after me. That was me after me texting Andy the answers to. For fuck's sake.
Oh, brilliant.
I may think of something else, Andy, but it's still working. Me texting you too early.
I know, but Jerry, I think it's the fact that you keep sending me all the pictures. I ended up, I just blocked you, so I never received any quiz answers. They high heel pictures for that. Just I can't handle it, mate.
Oh,
Send it to me. Send it to me.
Can't be sitting here like wee Dorothy.
Brilliant. No, Jerry, thank you so much, mate. That was absolutely brilliant. So,
Brilliant,
we've
Jerry.
one more segment to go. And Andy, it is your favourite.
Ooh.
Now, I did ask you to keep an eye on the Champions League draw, didn't I?
You did.
There was a reason for that, so I will just put it up again very, very quickly. So tonight's conundrum is 8 conundrums I have for you. And it is a former Celtic player that has played for each of these clubs in one of the ties. So, for example, the first one there would be either a player that's played for Paris Saint-Germain or Liverpool and Celtic. Yeah?
Okay.
So on and so forth. But there's one thing I need to let you know about is there's 2 or 3 players in this that have played for 2 or 3 of these clubs.
Right.
So for the bonus point, I need the player and the club. So try and give me, for example, if they played for 2 or 3 of these clubs, try and give me the 2 or 3 clubs that are in this Champions League last 16. Okay, it'll become apparent as we go along. So the first player, as you know, gentlemen, they start off easy and they get harder as they go on. Please have your comments off, and your first conundrum is Reb Link. Reb Link. Your 30 seconds start now. Reb Link. So, Paddy, who do you have? Who's the player and what's the club?
I have Reggie Blinker from Feyenoord.
Reggie Blinker, Feyenoord. And Jerry?
Blinker, Feyenoord, mate.
And Andy?
Reggie Blinker, Feyenoord.
Yeah. Well done, lads. I thought that was a tough one for the team, but it was 60 fags a day, Reggie Blinker, who played for Feyenoord. So, next up, we love a wee knee trembler at the podcast. So, this one is Trembler. Trembler. Your 30 seconds start now. Trembler. So, Jerry, who do you have? Who's the player and what's the team?
Paul Lambert, mate, Dortmund.
Lambert, Dortmund. Andy?
Nope.
Nada. And Paddy?
Paul Lambert, Borussia Dortmund.
It was Paul Lambert and it was Borussia Dortmund.
Big Christopher Lambert, Highlander.
Yeah. So well done, lads. That was a good one there. And next up is our main man from the A team. Hyde Far BA. Hyde Far BA. Your 30 seconds start now. Hyde Far BA. Andy, I think I've had this guy on a few podcasts before. Who's the player and what's the team?
Is it Braffide?
Nah, that's what.
Nah, fuck knows what the team is.
Okay.
It's Bayern. I put him with Bayern, but know his name. I've got.
I mean, right.
No,
So
probably I can't spell it right, but I think.
Right.
Good Bayern, didn't
Aye. And Paddy?
Terrible.
I went for Edson Braafheid and I went for PSV.
Okay. The answer is Edson Braithwaite, and it is Bayern Munich.
Bayern,
Good shout, Jerry.
Yeah, Bayern.
Well done, Jerry. Jerry takes.
I spelt that. Brav. Hide.
I couldn't spell.
We knew who you meant. We knew who you meant.
That, so I just says it with Bayern. You can't.
So Jerry is a point ahead as we stand. And the next one.
That's me doing whole new Scott.
The next one is Roslan. Roslan, your 30 seconds starting now. Roslan should be an easy one for everybody, that one. Paddy?
Right.
I went for Henrik Larsson.
No.
And the team?
Fucking hell.
I'm going to go for Feyenoord.
Okay.
Oh.
Jerry?
Fucking hell, man.
Jerry?
Larson, Barcelona. He would have gave the trophy. He gave a medal up for a UEFA Cup medal, wouldn't he?
He would have done.
Andy? Paddy,
Rod Stewart is an absolute pube, but he's got a song. I don't want to talk about it. That's what I'm going to say.
Paddy, you better hang your head in shame as well, sir. It was Henrik Larsson, and it was Barcelona.
Oh, I got one of them right.
Brilliant, man. Absolutely brilliant. So, next up is the latest Bitcoin. It is Shallcoin. Shallcoin. Your 30 seconds start now. Shallcoin. We'll come to you first now, Jerry.
I was thinking Nicholas, but fucking Nicholas Arsenal. No, I didn't know that. Thanks, sir.
You know what anything done?
I've got Nicholas. I don't know which one is Nicholas, but I'm thinking, Nicholas Arsenal. How's that? Aye? No.
Andy?
It's easy when somebody says it, isn't it?
Is it?
I see it now in the letters that fucking Nicholas has been mentioned.
Nicholas is. I've got it. Yeah.
Can I get
Try and think. See it? Nicholas.
Look at that. Andy?
No. Very
No.
good.
Paddy?
Charlie Nick, Arsenal.
I said
It was Charlie Nicholas and Arsenal. So, Jerry, we have to get a wee Stewards inquiry here.
I can't even put Arsenal down, mate, because I've confused me.
Right, we go to VAR, and there has been an equaliser from our Paddy. If he's not wrote it down, he's not getting a point, I'm afraid.
That's very true, lads.
That's
true.
fair enough. That's fair enough.
I was trying to think Arsenal thinking they've not won the Champions League in that. I don't know why I was forgetting. I don't know why I was thinking that.
Oh,
so next up is, this one's for our Jerry in particular. This is what his wife says to him every Friday night. No raves. No raves, G. No raves, G. Your 30 seconds start now. Raves G.
Gordon
Paddy.
Strachan's best pal.
I went for Tommy Gravison, Real Madrid.
Tommy Gravison, Real Madrid. Jerry.
I was saying Gordon Strachan's pal.
And Andy.
Nope.
And
Yep.
that's looking at you straight away, wasn't it?
That was a tough one. People forget that Thomas Gravison was at Real Madrid, unbelievably. And the real Ronaldo came out this week and said he was the worst player he's ever played with. So there we go. So 2 more to go. The scores on the doors, Paddy and Jerry are still tied. Andy just behind them. We have 2 more to go, and the next one is Man Silly. Man Silly. Your 30 seconds start now. Man Silly. Andra, we'll come to you first, sir. Not got it, my man?
Nope.
Paddy?
I've got Alan McAnally.
And which team?
I'm going to say Liverpool.
Okay. Jerry?
Can I get it for writing nothing done but McAnally, Bayern Munich? No. Aston Villa, sorry. Aston Villa. Bayern Munich. I don't nothing done, 0. Big Lambo tea. I put Rocky down.
Jerry, if you've not wrote it down, I'm sorry, we can't take it. I had Alan McAnally for Aston Villa, but he also played for Bayern Munich, obviously, as well. So it was Alan McAnally, Aston Villa, and Paddy goes 1 into the lead. We're on to our last conundrum now, and it's something we all love at the podcast as well, and that is a kind vag. A kind vag. Your 30 seconds starting now. Kind vag. Andy, we'll come to you. We'll leave your Paddy to last just in case he's got the clincher. Who do you have, my good man?
I'm trying to make sure I don't look fucking absolutely fucking stupid, but Van Dijk.
Well done, my man. And the team?
Liverpool.
Good man. And Jerry?
Nothing.
Oh, so Paddy is the champion before he even speaks. Van Dijk and Liverpool. It was Big Van the man.
Virgil.
Absolutely brilliant. I apologise we couldn't get any of the comments up because obviously the lads were playing it, but that was...
Well done. Well done, Scott. Well done, Paddy.
Brilliant. Well done, guys.
Andy, consistent, very consistent.
Yes. I don't want to disappoint.
No, well done, Paddy. That was a tough one this week. I thought I'd make it a wee bit difficult this week, I would say, with the Champions League draw as well, and just put something different in there. But well done, lads, all round. And well done on the comments as well.
I was actually thinking, see the last one, I was thinking about Janet. Remember the Chelsea boy you played with? Janet?
Yarasek.
I was going down there thinking that, but yeah, doesn't need to be.
No problem. So, lads, the last thing that we have to chat about this evening is obviously we have a wee game tomorrow against our cousins from Edinburgh, Paddy, HIBS versus Celtic. Do you see Brendan making wholesale changes again after the performance the lads put in on Tuesday night? What's your team and what's your prediction? Give us your thoughts on tomorrow, my man.
No, I don't think he will, Scotty. I think he's going to stick more or less to the same team. He'll send them out again. The guys will be on a high. They'll be running on adrenaline. They might be a few tired legs, but they'll be absolutely on a high after the way they played. Disappointed being knocked out, but at the same time, they will know. And Brendan will have reminded them how well they played and how well they did in Munich. And it's just exactly what we need. You know, it's a tough game. Easter Road's always a place where we always get it tight there. Hibs have found a wee run of form there recently as well. So they're playing some good stuff and they're getting results. So I just think Brendan's going to go with the strongest lineup again. He's going to give the guys a chance to get an ovation from the fans. So I'm going to go for Casper in goals. Back four, Alistair Johnson, Cameron Carter-Vickers, Austin Trusty and Jeffrey Schlupp. Three midfielders will be McGregor, Hatate and Engels. And up front, we're going to go with Nicholas Kuhn, Dyson Maida and Jota. And we have plenty in reserve. Everybody's fully fit. So anybody who's feeling it, once we get the 3 points secured, we can come off and get a wee rest and get a wee breather. But I think he goes big, he goes strong with the strongest lineup. Just so that the guys know that they've done well on Wednesday, and it's a wee chance for them just to make a good appearance and get 3 more points on the board. I think somebody said today we only need 10 more wins to win the treble. So we're just starting to tick these games off one by one. So not be easy by any manner of means. It never is. But listen, go up there, get the job done, get down the road again.
Yeah, and what's your prediction for the scoreline then, Paddy?
I'm going to go 2-0, Scotty. I'm going to go for 2-0. And I'm going to go for Nicholas Kuhn to score and another one from our reinvigorised number 9, Dyson Maida.
Good man, good man. Michelle's saying it's only 8 games now, actually, Paddy.
Yeah, there you are. Yeah,
so there we go.
I stand corrected.
So, Jerry, what's your thoughts on it, mate? Are you with Paddy? Are you going full strength, or do you think there'll be a few changes? Or Jerry, other Jerry there, a few changes. Scales, McCowan, Ida, maybe Taylor. He'll rotate. What are you thinking? And another one for P. McLaughlin there. Hibs are actually unbeaten in 12 games, so it's not going to be an easy game.
Yep, that's how Paddy's spot on. See, Paddy's team, that's a team sheet they're changing them. For me, that's getting pinned up tomorrow morning. That team's got Paddy done. For me, we can't listen. He's not got a great record up in Easter Road, Brendan Rodgers, is he? So with full strength, get the win, 3-1, and that's it. Now there's not much changes now. We'll go with the strongest team now for the last 8 games or whatever it is, 10 games to go. To me, with the European run at the way now, he's going to get in there with his strongest team. Easter Road's a wee bit tricky. It'll be a good game that tomorrow. But I think Celtic, I'm going for 3-1. Celtic tomorrow. So am I.
3-1. Andy, as Jerry said, it is Brendan Rodgers' bogey team, is Hibs. He doesn't do too well against them normally. And they're on a good run. And they're playing sort of half-decent stuff now. They've managed to pull themselves off the bottom of the table where they were for a few months at the start of the season, surprisingly. But they've got their act together now, mate. They're at home. It's going to be a tough game. But, I mean, first of all, what are you thinking with the starting 11? And then what is your prediction for the scoreline, Andy?
Hibs might be playing well at this moment, but so we have just seen Celtic one of the best performances they've ever put in during the week, and I think they're on a high. They're out of Europe now. We don't need to worry about saving players for whatever. He'll be wanting the same players that took part. I'm going to Casper, AJ, CCB, first AJ, basically same lineup. I'm going to go with 4-0 Celtic. And I think Kuhn is going to score, Jota's going to score, and Maida's going to get 2. 4-0 Celtic. I think it's going to be easier than what people think it is.
Wow. Okay. Fair dues. I think it's going to be a bit tighter. I think the legs are going to be heavy from Tuesday night for sure. The lads put in a shift. I think there will be a few changes. I think Taylor will come back in. I think Schlupp, for example, was on his feet. I think when we've got guys like McCowan and that who can come in fresh and are sort of perfect for these kind of games, They need that energy and that sort of dig in the midfield. I think we could see McCowan on as well. I think it'll be tight. I'm going to go for 2-1 to Celtic. I think it's going to be a really, really tough day at the office, tough game, and 2-1. I'm going to go. So, what's happening tomorrow then, lads? For the post match, is everybody on or?
Over here.
I'm up in Glasgow tomorrow. Sign up there tomorrow night. So I'm going to have a wee drink for a change.
It's an early kick-off, innit?
Aye, 12:30 kick-off. So it'll be me, Paddy and Andy on tomorrow straight after the game to give you a post-match show. But that's us. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. That was a fantastic show. We couldn't even get everything in that we had planned. We had another segment there for you, but obviously we've went over time with the what's happening, all the stuff that happened at the start of the show. But fantastic show. If this is your first time watching the show, then please like, share, subscribe, tell your pals, and comment on the YouTube page. Go and have a look at our back catalogue as well of stuff that we've got on there. We've got a Tommy Burns month on there, which was fantastic. We've interviewed Simon Donnelly, people like that, and just go and have a look at the stuff. It's on Sky. It's on Sky tomorrow and Celtic TV. So that's us. We will see you tomorrow straight after the game. Thank you so much to Paddy, to Jerry, and to Andy. Thank you so much for all your comments this evening, and we'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.
Cheers, lads.